What's going on, YouTube? This is LG2W's Finest with another video. This is going to be a little different kind of video. This is going to talk about NBA free agency and where I think the top 5 free agents are going to go. Those top 5 being Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, Jimmy Butler, and Klay Thompson. First, we're going to start off with Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is a very different kind of situation. His situation is he went to Toronto basically on a 1-year rental. You know, they would try and sell him on staying in Toronto for the year. But he ends up going and winning a championship, winning a finals MVP. And now all those circumstances have changed in a way. If I had to guess, I'm saying Kawhi is going to end up with the Clippers. I know recently they said he was going to end up with the Lakers or possibly going back to the Raptors. But personally, I don't see how the Raptors are going to end up with Kawhi Leonard, considering that a lot of their team is comprised of restricted free agents and unrestricted free agents in the next year. Marc Gasol just picked up his option to go back to the Raptors for next season. Pascal Siakam, he is a restricted free agent, as well as Van Vliet. Kyle Lowry's coming up on the last year of his deal. He's 34 years old. Kawhi Leonard would basically be signing on, and they would have to make things work for him to stay long term. So, and he couldn't get a 1+1 because of his injury history, and he's getting load management. So, if I had to guess, Kawhi Leonard is going to end up on the Clippers, and that they should be a really good franchise next year in championship contention. Next, we have Kevin Durant. He was dealing with injuries late in the playoffs last year, starting with the Rocket series, and he basically had a calf strain, they say. I thought it was an Achilles from jump, and he ends up going into the finals, game 5. He plays 11 or 12 minutes. He gets 11 points, and he's actually lighting it up. He goes to drive, tears his Achilles. I feel bad for him. I hope all the best for him. But as far as his free agency is concerned, everybody knows that he is not going to play next year. He's basically going to be paid max dollars to sit the bench next year, which a lot of teams are still willing to do, basically on reports from all sports journalists. For me, I think he's going to end up with the Brooklyn Nets. I think he needs to go east. He needs to have a new challenge. If he wins with the Nets, those championships would be way more valuable to his legacy than winning with the Golden State Warriors, because Golden State was already a championship team when he got there, basically keeping that core intact with Steph, Klay, Draymond. Those players were all-stars and champions before he got there. So when he got there, it just basically made them unbeatable. A lot of former players, some analysts do not respect those championships as much as they would say he got it elsewhere with a lesser team. So I think KD is going to be that kind of guy that wants to go, after he's got his championships, his finals MVPs, now he's looking for those legacy building championships. So I think he's going to go east. He's going to go to the Brooklyn Nets. He might link up with another superstar and make that happen. If he does go to the Nets and they do pick up another superstar, though, you can basically count on D'Angelo Russell getting the rights renounced to his restricted free agency, and he will be unrestricted at that point. Now we have the most unpredictable case of all of them. I think that is Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving's situation is weird because I feel as if Kevin Durant goes to the Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving will join him there. Say Kevin Durant decides to go back to the Golden State Warriors, though, I think that Kyrie will definitely not go to the Brooklyn Nets. I think he will go probably out west to the Los Angeles Lakers. That is if Kawhi Leonard does not join the team as well. If he does go to the Lakers, I think that team is going to win the championship immediately, considering that he's already got chemistry with Bron. It never really looked good in Cleveland, but just that chemistry of knowing what each other can do and playing off one another, and then adding a player like AD into the mix, I think that team will be as good as those Golden State teams, even with Kevin Durant. If I had to guess, though, I think he and KD will both go to the Brooklyn Nets. I think it's just too good for them not to go. You're in a big market, Brooklyn, but not the Knicks, because of their ownership and people having problems with their front office. So, and Kenny Atkinson, the coach for the Brooklyn Nets, did a great job with that young group. That Sean Marks is the GM there. He's been doing a great job. I just don't see why Kevin Durant and Kyrie wouldn't link up and go and play together in Brooklyn. I think that would be good. Kyrie would have to take his lumps for the first year, as they're going to have to lose D'Angelo Russell in order to sign both of them. So I think Kyrie would take his lumps, and then come the 2020-21 season, that team will be as good as title hopes as anybody else. Next, we have Jimmy Butler. He's probably second-tier free agent, right under all the K's: Kyrie, Klay, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi. I'm sorry, but Jimmy Butler. I think you've seen the Rockets come out in recent reports saying they were going to try and force a sign and trade to add him to the team. I don't think that's going to work. You're adding another big personality in the locker room. His biggest gripe so far in Philly was that he didn't like standing around and just waiting for the ball to come to him and having to make something happen. That is basically Houston's offense in a nutshell. James Harden just ISOs every possession, and he's going to make a play for a teammate and expect them to shoot when they get the ball. Jimmy Butler's not that kind of guy. I think Jimmy Butler just goes right back to the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't necessarily think it's going to be on a full max. I think it'll be somewhere between 25 to 27 million a year. Jimmy, that is a perfect fit. He's a blue collar guy. He hard works. He's gritty. Plays hard on defensive end. That's the type of player that Philly loves. I mean, look at their football team. They're big sports town. If you watch hockey, the Flyers are, as rugged as they get sometimes, as far as from what I remember. So if you look at it, I think Jimmy Butler goes right back to the Philadelphia 76ers, and then that team has got a lot of potential with Jimmy on it, especially since he's only 29. You got young Joel Embiid, young Ben Simmons. We'll see where Tobias Harris goes. I don't know if they get them both back should they re-sign Jimmy Butler, but hey, free agency is unpredictable as it gets. Last, we have the easiest case of them all. That is Klay Thompson. As this video is going to come out, you probably will have already seen that Klay Thompson is going to get offered the 5-year, $191 million max from the Golden State Warriors. I think that's a perfect fit for him, considering that Steph is still going to be there for the next 4 years. We don't know what's going to happen with Draymond, but the Splash Brothers are as good a combo as there has ever been in the league, especially when it comes to shooting the ball. Without Kevin Durant, they were great. With Kevin Durant, they were even better. Klay had to take a back seat because Kevin Durant is just that great of a talent. But you take Kevin Durant right out of that offense, you've seen it in the finals. Klay Thompson stepped up. He was back to being that 25 points a game. He was absolutely lighting up Game 6. And unfortunate situation, he tore his ACL. That's one other thing about his free agency is you're gonna sign him if he was to go elsewhere, knowing that he won't be ready till March. He won't be ready till March at the earliest to be, and then he's gonna take a whole year to get back to his regular Klay Thompson self. He's also 29 years old. I mean, he's still got a lot of league years left in him. So I believe that he will go back to the Golden State Warriors. I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion at this time, and I think that's all right there. And that's gonna do it for where I think the top 5 free agents, at least in my eyes, are gonna go. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe on the video if you can. Also, I stream over on twitch.tv/LG2WSFINEST. That's LG2W's finest, just like my name on YouTube. Follow me on socials. Those will be down in the link in the description. And once again, thank you guys for watching.